really pleased to help him represent us because he's been boxing internationally and we do business internationally. It's given us, I think, a lot of publicity. A lot of our customers are fight fans. We've got a chance to bring them out, show them a good time.
Well, let's see how your boxer does, because it is time to watch the kid. We're ready now for the U.S. Traffic main event here in Fight Fest. Luis Sanchez from Argentina is already in the ring and awaiting the arrival of Billy the Kid Irwin out of Niagara Falls. 16 wins with 11 knockouts. Let's go to Mike Hogan.
Thank you very much, Vic Router. And Billy Irwin is indeed Spider Jones, the hottest Canadian boxing property since Sean O'Sullivan, and he's got a test on his hands tonight in this main event.
Sanchez, smart boxer. I watched him working out with Moses James, who's the current junior welterweight champion of Canada.
This sparring with Barrington Francis.
Yes, he did.
As well.
Barrington Francis, too. A real smart fighter. Not a knockout puncher, but he's got some power. 14 knockouts will tell you that.
But let's turn our attention now to Billy the Kid Irwin, one of the most likable guys you will meet in sports. Until he gets into the ring and you're standing across from him, few lightweights are able to knock you out with both hands, and if there's a better left hook to the body in boxing in any weight class, I'd love to see it.
Got a left hook make your liver want to quiver. I swear it, man. Yes, this guy can hurt you, but he's also, and he talked about his Sunday punch, his signature punch, being that left hook. He likes to slide over and throw that left hook, but his right hand is devastating to the body, too. I've seen it put guys out.
How much is left hook a part of his repertoire? Those are the vanity plates on his car. It says left hook. Nonetheless, I saw Billy before the fight when he was just coming into the convention center here tonight, the International Plaza Hotel, and he said he felt good, and that worried him because he's never felt good before a fight. And we're waiting the arrival of Billy Irwin. As an amateur of 136 and 11, the most marketable boxer and perhaps the best pound-for-pound boxer out of Canada in an awfully long time. Maybe going back to Chevalier, Billy the Kid Irwin now entering the ring.
Well, when he pays the dues like Chevalier will be, but I can tell you this, he's an exciting, explosive young fighter that has captured the imagination of this city and this country.
Let's go to our ring announcer, Joe Tilley.
Our flag party is from the Royal Regiment of Canada, recently returned from Bosnia. Wearing the blue United Nations beret and bearing the UN flag, Master Corporal Luis Romero. And now, boxing fans in Canada and around the world, it's showtime! This is the main event of the evening, a world elimination bout in the lightweight division, scheduled for 10 fast and furious rounds. Introducing first of all, in the blue corner, he weighed in at 130 1/2 pounds. His professional record is 22 wins, just 2 defeats, with 14 knockouts. He is ranked number 8 in the world by the World Boxing Organization. From Buenos Aires, the Argentinian assassin, Juan Luis Sanchez. And in the red corner, he weighed in today at 135 pounds even. His professional record, 16 wins, no losses. 11 of his victories have come by way of knockout. He is the reigning Canadian champion, the Continental Champion of the Americas, the IBO Lightweight Champion of the World, from Niagara Falls, Canada's own, The referee for the bout, Bobby Bell.
Okay, Billy Irwin and Juan Luis Sanchez ready to go. A 10, not a 12-round bout. No world championship on the line tonight, but a couple of belts around Billy Irwin. Spider, what should we look for tonight from Canada's best-known boxer?
Well, Billy's got to go after him and put some hurt on this kid. This kid's cute. He's got some good moves. He's going to try to slug. He tries to open up, too. He wants to trade. And I think so Billy's got to get on the inside and rip him with that, start working that left hook.
The referee is Bobby Bell.
Any questions at this time? Okay. I want you to know if there are any fouls, I will deduct points. I also want you to know that you should protect yourself at all times. When you stop protecting yourself, I will stop the fight. Any questions, fellas? Go to your corner, wait for the bell. Thank you.
Okay, Spider, we're about to go here. Patrick Connaught, the new trainer for Billy Irwin, said he did not want to reinvent the wheel. What he wants to do is do some fine-tuning. You see him giving some, we'll see him giving some last-minute instructions to Billy the Kid Irwin. There's the kid. He's ready to go. He'll be wearing red. So will his opponent, Juan Luis Sanchez, 22-2-1. And it is the main event here tonight on Fight Fest 6, live from the International Plaza Hotel and Conference Center here in Toronto. You're watching it on TSN and around the planet tonight. And away we go for the main event of this evening. It is Billy the Kid Irwin, who weighed in today at exactly 135. Came in a little heavy, Spider. Had to get into the sauna to lose that extra pound.
And hopefully that will not affect him later on. I've seen points where fighters had to shake that weight off. See, the problem was they thought that the weigh-in was last night, so Billy had starved himself all night, and then he ate after. So, that weight was on him for this morning.
Billy Irwin is a real tactician in there. He will sit and he will size up Juan Luis Sanchez, and see what he can exploit. We have seen him with a lot of knockouts late in a first round. If he sees the right hand of Sanchez up a little bit, he will go right with a body shot to the liver. That is the bread and butter, that left hook of Billy Irwin. He can unleash it. It takes no time at all. But if Sanchez starts to lean toward that side, Billy Irwin can knock him out with the right as well. He is great from 6 to 8 to 12 inches. It doesn't take much for Billy Irwin to knock a guy down.
So here's a fight where neither fighter knows much about each other. Because they both live on different sides of the world. And through a feeling out round right now.
And through Sanchez's interpreter, he said that he doesn't know much about Irwin. He doesn't want to know much about Irwin. That could come back to haunt him.
Got some nice movement, Sanchez. Moves lateral side to side. Billy's his usual self in the first round. He's very patient, takes his time. He just wants to feel his guy, see what he's got, pumps a few jabs. He's going to take his time. Billy's a patient fighter. Some people, they get disturbed by that, but that's just the way he is.
We want to see Billy fight anybody, and the winner of this bout may get a shot at the IBF championship against Philip Holiday, the South African and the current IBF lightweight champion. Best lightweight right now, I don't think, without a doubt, would be WBO champion Oscar De La Hoya, although it looks like Oscar's going to move up in weight.
I tell you, this Sanchez kid's got some nice moves, side to side, bobbing, weaving. He feints nice. He's a nice little boxer.
Overhand right by Irwin. Sanchez again trying to work the body as well. Let's not take away anything from the power of Juan Sanchez. 22-1. There we go. We're going to get a little leather flying already. We already see a quicker tempo to this fight than we did the last couple of heavyweight fights. There's a pretty good left hand by Billy Irwin. Starting to go to the head, and we'll see if Sanchez counters by moving up a little defensively and getting those hands high. A combination to the head by Irwin as he tries to put this thing away early. Didn't hurt Sanchez, but it scores in the eyes of the judges. And we've seen a couple of fights by Billy Irwin go to the judges' cards. Pretty good lunging left there by Sanchez to back up Billy Irwin. Pride of Niagara Falls, Ontario, and indeed pride of Canada, the Canadian Olympian who represented this country so well at the Barcelona Olympics.
That's right, 147 fights in 30 different countries without blemish. Good kid.
A moral victory, if nothing else, for Juan Luis Sanchez. He has survived the first round, and Billy Irwin's put a lot of kids to the canvas. Sanchez is not one. Welcome back to Fight Fest 6 here on TSN. Mike Hogan and Spider Jones ringside. Vic Rauter, our host tonight. A lightweight tilt between Billy the Kid Irwin from Niagara Falls and Buenos Aires, Argentina's Juan Sanchez. A very entertaining first round spotter. Not a lot of blubber thrown, but these guys are moving and these guys are sticking.
Well, you know, this Sanchez kid has got some nice moves. He feints, as I said, he moves side to side. Very difficult to hit. Billy's smart to go after this guy and start working his body. Start ripping and bringing them hands down.
Patrick Connaughton, as we mentioned, first-time trainer for Billy Irwin after Pat Kelly had to step aside after 13 or 14 years with the kid. Sanchez coming into this fight on a roll as well. He's won his last 5 fights, Spider?
Won his last 5 fights in a row. He's ranked number 1 in Argentina and number 8 in the world. He's been down 3 times, though, so he can be caught. And if he's been down 3 times, if Billy puts him down, not get up because of the power of the kid.
What we've seen from the sparring sessions of Juan Sanchez, he's a very orthodox fighter. You're seeing that here now on TSN. Also a very accurate puncher with a little bit of power. Not a huge puncher, but man, he is very accurate with that right hand, left hand.
He is. He's just a nice. He's sort of a cute fighter. Billy just landed a good left jab on him. You can see that Billy looks much stronger, and he's just stalking him, taking his time. He's taking a few shots to the body, but they're not hurting.
He tried to score just before that particular flurry by Sanchez. He tried to go to the body with the left, and that is the bread and butter punch of Billy Irwin. Although he scores to the head there with a very quick left jab, he snaps that off very nicely, Spider. He's been coached well. Pat Kelly did a heck of a job with this guy.
Pat Kelly did a heck of a job. Now he's working with Pat Conn, another guy that he's been working on. Billy moving the head, slipping and sliding and countering, being in position when he makes a fighter miss to counter instead of just block with the gloves. And Billy's stalking him right now.
That one caught him. That was a good left by Billy Irwin. It was a very quick left that got through and landed on the face of Juan Sanchez.
Well, you know, he reaches you with the left. Sometimes it's light at first. He's very smart. He did the same thing the first couple times with Rodney Wilson, and then suddenly, whack!
Do not
very vicious left hook.
Do not go to the kitchen during this fight. Billy Irwin can snap at any time, and he can snap off the left or the right. The knockout potential is there, and again, let's not sell Juan Sanchez short. He's trying to win a shot at a world championship just as Billy Irwin. Both of these guys so close to a dance with Philip Holiday.
And the thing is, this kid's trying
that
to...
hurt. There was a left, and he is being warned by referee Bobby Bell to get the hand up. That looked like it scored right to the limit. There's another left.
That was a jarring left hook.
9 seconds of this round.
A jarring left hook.
Billy the Kid Irwin with a very impressive round. He will win that on our scorecard. Sanchez with a few flurries, but it was Billy Irwin who did the damage here in round number 2.
Don't let him get any false confidence, Billy. Do you understand what I mean?
You felt a body shot.
Yeah.
That wasn't low.
You got him one in the hip, Rob.
Did I? Okay.
He's been warned because he's thrown 2.
That was not low.
Okay. That wasn't low. That was a good shot.
Let's get to the last 10 seconds of this round. There's where Irwin almost did some major damage to Sanchez.
Caught him with that left hook and it jarred him. But the kid comes back. Billy goes after him. Now watch as the round ends. If they'll show it here, this kid starts trying to trade with him again. Got a lot of heart, Sanchez. There he goes, you see. Lots of heart.
Boy, we could be in for a beauty of a tilt here tonight on TSN. A 10-rounder, that's the schedule. And this will be round number 3. We'll give Irwin both on our cards, but by a very slim margin.
Very slim, if any, in the second round. Almost a draw. Very close.
And here we go, round number 3. Mike Hogan and Spider Jones ringside. Vic Brown, our host tonight. Fight Fest 6. Billy Irwin from Niagara Falls looking to make it 17-0 as a professional, but he is in tough against a very quick opponent in Juan Sanchez from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
In Argentina, they have at least 2 or 3 major fights a week. It's very big down there. These kids fight a lot. They're smart, slick fighters.
There's a pretty good left hand from Sanchez. Oh, does Irwin counter with a right hand?
Just got rocked.
He's rocking Sanchez at this point as the bicycle goes in reverse for Sanchez. They trade again, Irwin coming up with a left. Another left to the head. He's in trouble right now. Sanchez fighting back very gamely, but Irwin trying to finish him off on the ropes.
Step back now.
He's making a mistake of trying to trade with Irwin on the ropes. Well, I mean, that's a bad mistake. The way this guy punches, he's got to be smart. Sanchez got to box this guy out in the middle of the ring. He wants to stay off the ropes, Hogan.
Look at Irwin right now with the hands high. A very quick left jab gets through there. He had Sanchez in trouble. Irwin has tremendous finishing power, although his last couple of fights have both went to the judges' cards, including an awesome fight with Amado Chiba Cabato from the Philippines. That is as good a fight as we have seen in these parts in years and years, Spider.
Which one are you talking about? Both of them. That fight's Cherry Rodriguez interview. Billy's been in some exciting fights. This one here, I don't think it's going to go the distance, and I'll tell you simply why. Unless this guy's got the kind of chin Chiba's got and Rodriguez has, this fight will not go the distance. Billy's already showing too much power.
Irwin is getting worked over on the body by Sanchez, who throws those looping lefts. They do land, but they do not hurt Bill Irwin. Coming in, as we mentioned, at exactly 135 pounds. He had the sauna today to get down to that. He was at 136 this morning, but does make the 135-pound limit. There's another quick left to the head. Billy Irwin again staggers Juan Luis Sanchez. If there is any question about the chin, we saw it there. He's got one, man. He has really come to fight. Counters with the right hand, slips off, and Irwin will now once again try to move in with Sanchez moving around the ring in a clockwise motion.
Well, I wonder if it's the chin. Irwin is that left hook to the body. That's going to answer the question. Can you take it downstairs in the liver? And that's where Irwin ultimately wants to go.
And that is where Sanchez tried to go in that last exchange. Uppercut, wire on left.
Stumbled a bit there for a good left hook.
Well, that was more of a slip than anything, but he did get out of the way. And
let's just say caught attention.
He got his attention. As Sanchez backs up Billy Irwin here. Round number 3 of a scheduled 10-rounder. Final seconds, 19 to go, as you see on your screen. Left hook from Sanchez. Another one snaps back a little bit, but Irwin did block that for the most part.
Sanchez cute, feints, nice moves to the left and right, and then jabs, uppercuts. Smart little fighter.
Closing second of round number 3. You're watching this here on TSN. Another good round for Bill Irwin.
Excellent round for Billy. Rocked this guy 3 or 4 times, but I just like the way this Sanchez fights. We know what Billy Irwin can do, but this kid's got some nice moves. Feints, nice jabs, nice side to side. Good little fighter.
You've known Patrick Connaught and the trainer for a lot of years.
Let's don't give my age away here.
What do you think that he's saying to Billy at this point?
When you hit this guy, don't be dropping back, admiring your work. Close the gap. You understand me? Close the gap on him. Hit him, get on him, okay? Don't run into anything, but at least, you hit him with one shot, then you drop back and we got to start all over again. Don't let this guy get into any pattern. Control the pace and the rhythm of the fight, okay? This guy's got a good chin. You're going to have to break him down. Oh, do you understand what I mean? But don't you agree? Yeah. You're going to have to break him down. You're going to have to get off more punches. Watch the left hook leads because they're not working on this guy. He's a slippery son of a bitch, okay? You got me?
How was that round?
That round, he probably stole that on points. He's got 2 of the 3 rounds right now. Okay? So, move your upper body a bit more. Move the guy into position. Keep the pressure on, okay?
Round number 4 of 10 here at the International Plaza Hotel and Conference Center in Toronto. A couple of lightweights who like to throw a lot of punches. We've seen 2 very busy fighters. Spider Jones with Billy Irwin coming out, I guess, on the upper end of the first 3 rounds.
Well, certainly the first and the third. I thought the second one was close, but Billy's showing a lot of power in the 3rd round. Getting this guy, eventually trapping him to the ropes and doing some real damage with that left hook.
Sanchez seems to be content to move on the exterior of the ring with Irwin in the middle. Tries to land a left. Irwin comes back with an overhand right. Very good defensively is Billy Irwin. That's one thing they've been working on, trying to move the upper body more. A lot of head movement. That's something Billy hasn't done a lot early in his career.
That's the one thing I've been talking to Pat a lot at down at the Cabbagetown gym where Billy's been training since he moved up here from the Falls. And they've been working on the head movement a lot. And Patrick's going to keep pushing it, but they haven't been together that long, remember. It takes time to get these things, but Billy looks pretty good tonight there. He's showing a lot of good defense, and he's countering nice with that hook.
What makes the transition easier for Bill Irwin, he has known Patrick Connaught for a lot of years, and it's not like he's going to a completely new situation. Sanchez with a wild right, a little bit low, but referee Bobby Bell is going to let them box tonight, and I'm very thankful for that. Let them go. Let's see what these guys can do in the ring. There's a left uppercut that was thrown by Sanchez that did not connect. He tries it again. Irwin counters with a left jab.
Very difficult to hit Sanchez with clean punches because of his movement now and the way he's elusive, Hoagie. Very difficult. See how he moves in, hits one, then moves out of there. And Billy wants to set him up for that. He's got to reach over and kick it. There he hit him with a nice shot.
For the most part, Billy Irwin's fought guys that are taller than him. Now he's fighting somebody the same height as he has Sanchez in trouble up against the ropes. Let's see if he can finish him off. We've heard some of the coaches of some of the Canadians saying that's something we have to teach our guys to do. When they smell blood, finish it off. And again, Irwin trying to go with the left of the liver. And again, Sanchez with that right arm very close to his chest and into his liver is blocking those. Whatever he said about not wanting to know much about Billy Irwin, throw it out the window.
I told you.
He knows what's coming.
They know about that left hook to the liver. He knows about that left hook.
How do you say playing possum in Spanish? I think we'll have to ask Mr.
I'm not
Sanchez.
sure.
There's a big right hand by Billy Irwin.
Left hook to him. Light left hook after the right hand.
Now he sets him up, and he's got Sanchez in a little bit of trouble. But Sanchez has been well taught as well. He is right back into that defensive position and comes out throwing a left of his own.
He gets on the inside, he mixes his punches up well, Sanchez does, but he's making a mistake. I think he's tried to trade with Billy the Kid. That's a bad mistake.
Oh, he threw one, he was off balance. There's a chance for Billy Irwin to take advantage of Sanchez being off balance, which has happened very rarely in this fight. A very entertaining fourth round has come to a conclusion. 10-rounder. Spider, you saw some potentially dangerous signs in that round?
Sanchez was stunned a couple times in that round. He walked back to his table a little, his stool a little uneven.
Good counter punch there by Sanchez puts Irwin in trouble, and the Kid will hang on. Clean break.
By the way, the Kid's never been down before.
That is correct, too.
147 amateur fights, 16 pro fights, never been off his feet.
136-11 as an amateur. Then when he turned pro, 16-0 with 11 knockouts. Here is a kid absolutely suited for the pro game because he can knock you out in a hurry. And taking the helmet off and letting you go a little bit. There's a very good right hand. A little bit longer can come into the advantage of Bill Irwin, and he's taken advantage of that as a pro so far. 27 years old out of Niagara Falls is Bill Irwin.
I love the way this kid fights. Irwin, the way he stalks his opponent. He's very patient, you see his face very impassive. You never can read him in the ring, and that's to his credit.
Tremendous role model for kids as well. Here's a clean liver and a guy who absolutely loves the sport, will talk it at any time. A student of the game, is very good at analyzing other fighters, and he uses that to his advantage. He can pick apart a weakness of a fighter very quickly, and that is something he's used very often in his pro career and his amateur career as well. Sanchez now trying to become a bit of an aggressor. Irwin again, there is that left of the liver. That is his bread and butter. He has put, what's your line? He's put more guys to sleep than the Sandman? Is that a Spider?
He's retired more people than General Motors, more people to sleep than Ether.
And he is trying to do that again. We've seen him just devastate guys with body shots, even more so than second right hand.
He's like a panther. He's just stalking him.
Again, there's that savvy coming up.
There's that left hook.
That's what we've been waiting for, and Senor Sanchez knows he is in a bout. Now a combination by Billy Irwin. Sanchez has the head down. He's got the forehead leaning forward. He's starting to feel these, and the effect of these Billy Irwin punches is definitely being felt by 133-pound Juan Luis Sanchez.
And he's making some mistakes now. He's starting to trade back. The kid's got so much heart. He wants to trade back. When he gets stunned, he wants to come back. And hey man, that's like you're like a BB gun versus a howitzer. I mean, in terms of the power. This kid should be boxing the way he was doing in the first couple rounds, Hoagie. Jabbing, moving side to side, countering nice, but now he's starting to get into Billy's territory.
Closing seconds, 25 to be exact here in round number 5. You see the traffic vision scoreboard. Bill Irwin with another good combination, low blow there, but referee Bobby Bell decides there was no damage done. It wasn't intentional, let it go. Letting them fight the final 10 seconds here of round number 5. Which comes to a conclusion here.
I'll tell you.
What do you tell me, Spider?
I got to tell you this. Like it or not, this kid's got some guts, Sanchez. We know what Billy the Kid Irwin's all about. I've been following this fight since he was a young amateur. But this Sanchez got a lot of heart because this guy had his bell rung, man. I mean, 5 or 6 times in that round.
Yeah. You got to start picking up the pace now, okay? We're into what? We're into the 6th round, Billy. Start digging down and start firing, okay? Billy, do you understand what I'm saying? You can't take any breaks. You can't give this. You can't leave this guy alone, okay? You understand me? You got to break him down, chop him down a bit at a time. He's not going to go to there with one shot. He's got a good chin, right? Just sit down low, move your head. You're not moving your head enough, okay? Billy, you listen to me. Move your upper body.
Round number 6, scheduled 10-rounder here in Toronto. Billy Irwin with a very concerned-looking Don Cherry sitting just next to his corner.
I don't think Grapes has got anything to worry about. I personally feel that Sanchez is a nice little fighter, but not in the same league as him. I don't think he can handle this power through another 5 or 6 rounds. I just don't think he can.
But Sanchez takes a low blow. It was a left from Billy Irwin that landed a little south of the border, shall we say. Juan Sanchez feels it, and he will be given as much time as he wants to recover from an unintentional low blow.
He's in some pain there.
We'll see how Bobby Bell's Spanish is at this point, but going to neutral corners are Billy Irwin. Here's the low blow on the replay as Irwin watched the left hand, and it's a little south of the border. There it is.
There's a headbutt in there, too, and that's what Billy's complaining about. At the same time that happened, their heads clashed, unintentional.
Now, this is after 3 rounds. Now, what happens if they stop this with a low blow? It's not an open cut. If it's an open cut, they go to the scorecards after 3. What do they do with a low blow?
If they stop it, I'm not sure. It could be a number of things. Disqualification, a no contest, or whatever. They're going to give him as much time as he wants to rest.
And we've seen boxers go through the machismo of saying, okay, I don't need the time, and that has hurt them in the past. Who comes to mind to you that's done that? Tommy Hearns in one fight, I believe, was hit south of the border, came back, and he wanted to get back. He didn't. We'll get a look at the heads going cranium to cranium here. So we'll watch. It's an unintentional headbutt, as it is an unintentional low blow. The heads collide, and there it is. Juan Sanchez felt that one. And again, they're going to give him as much time as possible. This has been a tremendous fight.
I don't know why the crowd's booing this kid. He was hit with it was unintentional. Billy the Kid Irwin, first of all, is not a dirty fighter. Never been.
I don't think you're way ahead, so bear that in mind. This is an act, Bobby. This is an act.
What can you do about it?
Yeah, but the thing is, this is an act, plain and simple. I know, but what can you do about it? What can I do? Call him a liar?
The guy is going into an act. He's going into an act, Bobby.
Bobby Bell is our referee. We heard very interesting. Great work by the guys in the corner to get the audio exchange between Patrick Connaught, the trainer of Billy Irwin, and referee Bobby Bell. And Patrick Connaught saying, hey.
So we'll give Juan Luis Sanchez a couple of minutes to regain his composure. We'll find out if this fight will continue when we come back here in round 6 on TSN.
This sports break is brought to you by the Keg Steakhouse and Bar, where good friends get together to enjoy great steaks and share some fun.
Hi, folks. Pleasure to welcome you to our control center. I'm Michael Landsberg. Back to boxing in a moment. Sports Desk at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Our top story will be the Flyers against the Canadians. A good hockey game with some concern because of an injury. Watch in the bottom left of your screen. Mark Bureau of the Canadians drills Peter Svoboda in the face with an elbow. Svoboda went down, was knocked unconscious for a time. They took him off the ice. They were forced to use an oxygen mask, and there was grave concern for his health at that point. We have spoken to the Flyers. It appears as though the injury is not as serious as it looked there. He has moved his hands and his feet. He has a cut on the forehead and the back of the head. He is at the University of Pennsylvania Hospital, but as far as we are concerned right now, the news appears to be reasonably good. We'll update that for you on Sports Desk at 11 Eastern. We'll take a break, then get back to boxing.
What's it take to get to the Stanley Cup? Is it skill? Is it passion? No! It takes a really great steak dinner at the Keg. That's right, it's the Keg Stanley Cup Contest. You can win a trip for 2 to a Stanley Cup Finals game, or scratch and win lots of other great prizes. The contest ends March 3rd, so skate over to the Keg Steakhouse for great steaks, good friends, and a shot at the Stanley Cup. He's going!
Ladies and gentlemen, the bout will continue.
Well, the bout will continue.
You heard Joe Tilley, our public address.
Sweet words to our ears.
Absolutely. We've seen a heck of a fight so far. 5 rounds have gone by. They're in the books, and we have Irwin winning at least 4, maybe 5. Round number 2, a questionable one. But Billy Irwin has been the aggressor, and I'm enjoying this. This is a great fight. Juan Sanchez and Billy Irwin. We want to see this thing settled in the squared circle. We want to see the sweet science absolutely fulfilled here tonight. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in round number 6.
Okay, Billy, let's go.
It could be a lifetime.
I hope they go up and touch gloves. Yep, they know it was unintentional. They're ready to go again, and so are we here on TSN. Mike Hogan and Spider Jones ringside. Vic Router, our host here tonight on Fight Fest number 6 from the International Plaza Hotel and Conference Center in Toronto. Scheduled 10-rounder here.
And I have to say, so many people are eternally grateful to U.S. Traffic and, of course, Fight Fest for putting on this tremendous card tonight. It has been great. I've had a gas tonight.
We've seen Canada's best up-and-coming fighters and maybe Canada's best current professional fighter in Billy Irwin. Irwin, you are looking at right now on the left of your screen, the blonde-haired fighter, both in red trunks. Juan Sanchez from Argentina, the black-haired fighter.
Irwin back to stalking them again.
Just very
setting him up for that right hand, that left hook, whatever.
Good thing for Sanchez, he was leaning backwards as Irwin connected with a right hand. It was just a glancing blow, but that had a lot of stuff to it. Quick left does not score by Sanchez. Blocked rather easily by Billy Irwin, who I don't think gets a lot of credit as being a good defensive fighter. If there's anything weak in the armor, it's the upper body movement. He's a pretty good target, although he's very quick and blocks a lot with the gloves and with the biceps and upper arms.
One thing they're working on now is head movement, because Pat feels with head movement, this guy could go not just into the top 10. I mean, he's almost there now, but he could be a great world champion because of that tremendous power and the speed and the smarts he has. But he's got to get that head movement so he can be set to rip that left hook much easier than he is now instead of blocking.
The winner of this fight may get a shot at one of the big 3 lightweight championships, the IBF belt currently held by South Africa's Philip Holiday. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This fight is still very much being hotly contested, although Irwin has been the aggressor and the better fighter of the two through the first 5 rounds and 2 minutes and 40 seconds of round number 6. Irwin again, and the hands are starting to come down from Sanchez. That's obvious because of what happened a little bit earlier. I think there's a lot to be said about him just getting flat out tired by getting hit quite effectively by Billy Irwin.
Nice little fight, but not enough power to rock Billy.
Closing seconds of round number 6.
Building, blocks of time passing by, biographies of unforgettable characteristics and stones bouncing off a backbone buried deep in your own backyard. Why? Because I
There's nothing more exciting than getting a breakaway. Anyways, right now you could score a breakaway with Mr. Sub. Just look for Mr. Sub Breakaway to the Sunbags, and you could win tickets to a couple of games in Anaheim and a tour of Disneyland. Or Sega Saturn All-Star Hockey, CD-ROM The Ice Age, Mr. Sub food prizes, and more. I knew I'd be hot this year.
I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, I took the high endurance challenge from Old Spice because I didn't really think it could work better than my old deodorant, but it does. It evaporates less quickly, it also lasts longer. High endurance protects against odor better. So if you still think every deodorant works the same, take the challenge. Try high endurance from Old Spice, because now you got proof. Guaranteed.
Excuse me, how many ways could you eat rice?
Steamed rice.
Chicken fried rice.
So there's only 2 ways to eat rice?
Yes.
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 This is a bowl of Kellogg's Rice Krispies cereal. Does it give you any other ideas? Apparently, you're among the few people who haven't heard that each Kellogg's Rice Krispies is made with a real grain of wholesome rice.
They're good.
So let us ask you just one more question. What the heck did you think it was made with?
This isn't gonna make us look stupid, is it?
Go, Pat, seconds out.
Here we go. It's round number 7 of a scheduled 10-rounder. Canada's best-known professional boxer, lightweight Billy Irwin, 16-0, 11 KOs. Devastating puncher. He's thrown some beauties here tonight against Juan Sanchez, the Argentinian assassin. A couple of jabs to open the round by Sanchez. There it is. Big right hand by Billy Irwin. Stood him up with the left and then found the opening. They want to see the kid put this guy away, but Sanchez, a game competitor, just to get up from that unintentional low blow in round number 6.
Irwin cutting off the ring, nice following him around. Not just following him, but cutting off the ring. Just looking for
huge right hand by Billy Irwin.
Looking for the opening, didn't I? And then he come over with a beautiful right hand.
He can knock you out from 6 inches, but man, he had a little bit of oomph on that one. He got a chance to wind up a little bit, and that landed square to the jaw of Juan Sanchez. But man, this guy's got a chin.
Give him some credit. Yes, you're right, Sanchez. He has a kid showing a lot of machoism here tonight.
Irwin trying to get him in the corner to set something else up. He seemed to respond to that Billy chant. Comes out with the left jab again, trying to set something up. A little bit of an opening as Sanchez moves the hands in front of the face, opening up the body. Irwin going to school on that. If he does that again, Irwin looking to set up that left hook.
He's got Sanchez on the run right now. The Sanchez is backing off and he's hitting on the run. He doesn't want to get into a shootout with Billy the Kid Irwin.
Slapping punches and everything he throws are being blocked right now by Irwin. Tries the left again. Irwin is able to block it and come back with a very crisp left jab.
Sanchez fighting a smart fight though. That side-to-side movement. Lots of feints.
So there's still no head movement there from Billy Irwin. He's backing up. He's being defensive when he has to be. But I'm sure...
No, he's trying to back him into the ropes. Okay. I tell you, that's a ploy. That's a possum ploy.
Okay. Now he is going to
warn for headbutt. That's a couple of headbutts.
About the headbutt, which is not being received very well by the corner of Juan Sanchez. Likeable guy, a bit of a language problem, but we've seen him around the hotel over the last couple of days. Always a smile on his face. And
very warm-hearted kid.
Really wants to win this fight for the folks back in Argentina. And we welcome the folks down there who are watching our coverage tonight on the Big Bird.
You know, the Sanchez, you watch when Irwin backs to the corner himself. Generally, it's to try to sucker you with that left.
We'll see if he can continue the setup here. Billy Irwin, the blonde, wearing the Canadian maple leaf and the Canadian flag very proudly on his right thigh, the right side of his shorts. And again, very good. The Canadians 4-0 so far on this card. Billy Irwin trying to make it 5 at the end of round number 7.
What you're doing is you're boxing that mid-range, exactly where he wants you to be, right? Okay? You got to take it to him, get in, move this guy back, move him back, take control in a physical fight. You got to start fighting this guy now, otherwise he could steal a decision. Okay? If the knockout comes, let it come. Set it up, but don't be depending on it.
Okay, let's go to the videotape once again and watch the right hand from Billy Irwin. And that's what we paid to see tonight. And that's why people are tuning into TSN this evening to watch that right hand. And here's some more of the power of Billy Irwin. Suckers him in. And then a very quick, see, it doesn't take very much to land an effective. He had no room there at all with the left hand and was still able to land it.
Jabs, hit him with everything. We hit him with the right hand, jump right on him. Don't drop back.
Round number 8 here, schedule 10, and Spider, a very quick left hand. He doesn't need much room to operate.
What he did, as I said, with that hand, he backed into the ropes and sort of played possum and sucked him in. But you know, you're not always going to knock out. Everybody wants a knockout, but this Argentinian is very smart. He's crafty. He's not going to be easy to knock out because it's hard to lay them shots on him.
And he's coming out snapping off that left jab. Maybe one got through. Irwin blocked most of them. Left jab does get through, doesn't hurt, but scores in the eyes of the judges, and we have to think Irwin is well ahead, potentially losing 2 of the first 7 rounds.
Irwin shook him up there with a good right hand. You can see the sweat, perspiration just jump off him.
Irwin Irwin again. Seems to be just studying. He's very. You can just see the concentration etched in his face. He's a very smart fighter, and he's very, very adaptable. And if something opens up, he'll take advantage and tries with the left to the head there. Sanchez, though, not saying die. I'm loving this fight. He has come to fight from Buenos Aires.
Got to watch that head. He comes in. We got to watch that head with him.
And through the ropes they go. That's always dangerous when that happens. That, again, an accident, as Sanchez did try to get him up against the ropes. But when you fall from any height onto a ring like that and have some sort of weight on top of you, that can hurt.
The guy's head butted Billy 3 or 4 times. He's trying to get a hold of Bobby Bell's attention. He has to do something about that. You can't keep that head butting up.
Little past the midway point here in round number 8, a scheduled 10-rounder. Billy the Kid Irwin tries the left jab. And back comes Sanchez, but both of those punches are blocked very easily by William Irwin. Another left jab. What do you think he's trying to set up here, Spider? Is it the right, or is he going to try and go back to the left? It doesn't look like there's going to be anything to the body.
Well, he's found a home with the right, a few good shots to the head with the right over top of the left jab.
And back comes Sanchez with a flurry as he gets Irwin up against the ropes. Another left. I don't know if Irwin
Billy's got to get busier. I'll tell you now, he's got to get busier. He's winning this fight, but this is a close fight. He's got to get busy. He just rocked him with the right hand there. Got to get busy and stay on him. And I'm wondering if perhaps losing that weight in a sauna hurt him a bit.
You're reading my mind again. I was going to ask you exactly at that point, is this the point in the fight where having to go into the steam room and really lose that 1 pound, does that come into effect in this part of the fight?
Was it only 1 pound?
It was only 1 pound.
Well, it's not bad. Depends on how long he was in there, but it can sure take a lot out of your legs.
Again, he woke up this morning at 136 pounds and had to get down to 135 to qualify for the fight. He hit the weight, and tonight is hitting Juan Sanchez. Not at will, but he is getting the most punches in here as we conclude round number 8. Surprisingly, Spider Jones, and perhaps for the first time since the second round, Juan Sanchez was the busier of the two fighters for the most part in that round.
Had a good round for him. He's he moved it sharp. He counterpunched beautifully. Thing is, you got to remember too, another thing we have to remember right now is this is his 26th fight. This is Billy's 17th fight. This guy's had 9 more bouts than Billy the Kid.
Let's now get to the audio and pick up what they're saying in Billy Irwin's corner.
You're not throwing enough punches, Billy. Plain and simple. You're not throwing enough punches. You're putting the pressure on. You're putting the pressure on. You're taking it off. You got to get the hell out there and knock this guy out. He's going to steal a decision. You understand me, Billy? You're behind on points.
Am I?
Yeah, definitely, no doubt about it.
You're going to steal this fight.
Yeah.
Like a champ up.
You got to take it to him. You got to take control. You got to be in charge. You got to be the boss. You know. You can hit him with jabs. You can set things up with jabs. You cannot let him, even if he's only hitting your arms, you can't let him give those shots because it doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? You have to knock the son of a out. So get out there and do it. Go to work.
Here we are, round number 9. It's scheduled 10, potentially 6 more minutes of boxing here tonight from the International Plaza Hotel and Conference Center just outside Pearson International Airport here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We welcome people across the TSN network. We also would like to thank people watching in via the satellite worldwide to tonight's fight between Billy Irwin, the blonde-haired fighter representing Canada, and Argentina's Juan Sanchez.
Billy Irwin. Pretty slippery so far, Sanchez. Moving side to side to avoid them Irwin bombs. Can he keep it up? Billy's got to really put the pressure on him this last 2 rounds to ensure himself of a win.
Wild hand there by Sanchez, doesn't connect. He's still throwing. Billy Irwin, I don't know, do you think he's going to school at this point and looking for just anything that he can take advantage of? Because it seemingly Sanchez hasn't given him anything in the last 3 rounds.
He doesn't give you much. He's in and out. He's very hard to get with a solid hook to the body. So Billy's caught him some good ones upstairs. This kid's got a lot more experience than Irwin, as I said earlier.
They get pushing around in Sanchez's corner. I hope they get out of there because just before the round they had to sweep out some water that had gathered on the mat just in front of where Juan Sanchez was sitting down. A lot of water in that corner that was poured on Sanchez when he was being treated for the unintentional low blow in round number 6. There's a big right hand by Billy Irwin. It was a good left by Sanchez. It presented an opening for Irwin, and he snapped right to it with a very good right hand.
He's in there. He's got him in You slipped, you almost went down. So much water in the corner.
We warned you about that earlier at home, and we almost saw it come into effect here. Irwin trying to finish him off. There's another right hand to the body by Billy Irwin as he tries to finish off Juan Sanchez.
Sanchez making a mistake trading with him. I'll tell you the truth, he really is.
There's another left, a little low. If Irwin can bring that up again, that might do some damage.
Irwin's looking to bomb him now. He's looking to take him out of there.
And there he is! Did you see that right hand? Overtopped him! Irwin trying to finish him off now in round number 9. There's a cut now forming. He is open in that right eye. That last left caught him, and there is now blood coming from the eye, just outside the eye of Juan Sanchez. Irwin trying to finish him off at this point. Irwin. Now Sanchez trying to fight back. Irwin on the left and another left. Trying to size up Sanchez. Trying to finish the job here in round number 9. The blood now streaming out of the eye of Juan Sanchez.
Sanchez fighting back gamely, but Irwin's really putting the pressure on him now, Hoagie.
Irwin working the body. Look at the blood now streaming from Sanchez. That's got to be closed up as we close out round number 9 here. A devastating round 9 for Juan Sanchez. Irwin almost finishing him off. Spider Jones, that was Billy Irwin's best round by far.
Absolutely. Had him in trouble 4 or 5 times, boy. Rocked him with that right hand over top of the left. But I'll tell you something. Cut his eye bad. It's a cut just in the sort of above and in the eye, around the eye. And that's dangerous. It could start flowing and impede his vision.
Okay, here we go. Here's where we get the trouble for Senor Sanchez. It's a big right. Launch the right, and boom. The left hand by Sanchez opened up that area, and Irwin exploited it with a hard left. Irwin was not done. He would open up a cut a little later. Billy the Kid Irwin has been dynamite, and his best round of the night was the last one, the 9th round.
Do it like your dog.
Billy the Kid Irwin 3 minutes away from a potential world championship bout with Philip Holliday, but Juan Sanchez has been a battler this whole fight, and I'm sure that is not going to go away here in round number 10. Irwin trying to make it a 17-0 record. He has 11 knockouts and has about 2.5 minutes left to try and put a dirty dozen to the canvas. Fixing up the eye of Sanchez, that could, as you mentioned, bleed into the eye, and that could be a problem. Irwin wants to finish this one off. He knows he's on national television here on CSN. He knows he's on worldwide television, and he knows that Philip Holliday's folks are up here looking for a title bout, and Billy Irwin may get a championship bout if he can hang on for these last 2 minutes and change.
And I'll tell you something, he has fought a real good fighter tonight, a crafty fighter, nice moves. Perfect boxer this Sanchez is.
Very good defensively, but let's even give Billy Irwin more credit than we have been because Sanchez has provided so few openings. The few openings he has presented, Billy Irwin has taken advantage of. Any openings that have been there for Sanchez, he conversely has not taken advantage of. That is why Irwin is so far ahead in this fight. He has seen very few openings, but when one has been there, boom, it's there. Irwin wants to finish this with Sanchez hitting the canvas. And there's a right that could have been very dangerous, but it obviously did not land flush to the jaw. Sanchez still gamely throwing. He knows he needs the knockout here in round number 10. 1 minute and 22 remaining in our final round here tonight on TSN.
What a treat.
There's a big right hand by Irwin that staggered Sanchez, but the legs, there's no rubber in those legs. Spider Sanchez is still on the balls of his feet. Good left hand by Irwin.
But he's got a heck of a chin. He's been down 3 times, but not tonight. It doesn't look like it.
Irwin never knocked down in his career, and it will take a knockdown and a knockout indeed to win this fight for Sanchez. Overhand right. The pounding comes from the corner of Irwin. They want him to finish it off. Listen to the crowd now. And we talked about the wet floor. And that was a slip. Here we go again. Look at the blood now streaming from the eye of Sanchez. That's a very dangerous situation because that blood is going to go into the eye. That's going to burn and that's going to close that eye. trying to finish this out. Dozen seconds now remaining in round number 10. What a great fight this has been. A great night of boxing here. You've been watching it here on TSN.
Right behind the head.
Blood steaming from the eyes, Sanchez, but what a fight. What a fight. What a great fight. You had boxer versus puncher, and I think puncher won this one.
And we will be back with the decision. Do not leave your television. You are watching Fight Fest 6 here on TSN.
Of our main event, the title elimination bout in the lightweight division. We have a unanimous decision. Judge Bertie Cormier scores it 96-95. Judge Frank Bullard scores it 98-92. Judge Vic Shalolo scores it 99-93 for the winner and still undefeated, Billy the Kid Irwin. Let's hear it for a tough customer from Argentina, Juan Sanchez.
An impressive performance by Billy the Kid Irwin. So now does it set himself up for a possible IBF title fight in South Africa? Well, that's still to be determined, although the manager is here. Let's go now to Spider Jones.
Well, congratulations, pal. That was a good fight, wasn't it? He gave you something there to work with.
He was a tough little guy, and he gave me some movement and threw me off a little bit, but no, good fight. I'm happy with it.
Thank you very much.
You came into the fight with him not knowing what type of fighter you were fighting. How much does that frustrate you? How much does that impede your plan?
Well, I was expecting to fight, of course, Miguel Julio is a different style of fighter, a tall 5'10" who just stands there and trades bombs. But I had some great sparring in Capitan with Tony Pep and Sean Black and Brian Mackey, and them guys prepared me well for whatever I was to expect tonight, and he gave me a little bit of everything, this guy.
You've got a new trainer in Patrick Kahn. Now that just happened. This is your first fight with him, and that happened a couple of weeks ago. What kind of changes have you made since your involvement with Mr. Kahn here?
Well, he's not trying to change my style. I have a unique style as it is. We're just trying to improve on it, bring out the qualities that I have already that I've been lacking. Moving my head, making a defensive move after I punch, using my jab, being more of an elusive target, being a little bit more complete. You know, you can't expect any miracles in 3 weeks, but you know, for everything that happened, I mean, all the negativity that surrounded this fight, we were still able to run a great show. I mean, this place is packed. They're really excited. We got the win. I stayed positive and focused throughout, which was really hard for a young fighter to do with all those. You know, I changed a trainer. I changed my hometown. You know.
Well, your fans love you. I think you're in against a good fighter tonight. This kid was smart. He was cute. A lot of good moves, and he didn't give you much to throw at, and also had a tremendous chin.
Yeah, I've taken a lot of guys out with those left hooks I landed and the right hands. He's 22-2. That says something. You know, he's a fairly good fighter, tough guy. I knew I couldn't get him out of there with one punch, and I just got to get used to throwing more punches and combinations and just being more complete. I'm still the same, one-dimensional. I got to just shake it, you know. But I will, no problem.
Well, Billy the Kid Irwin, we thank you for an exciting fight. They love you here, and we wish you continued success in your future climb towards a world lightweight title.
Thank you very much. If I can, I just want to thank Greg Johnson, Kirk Johnson, Dale Brown, and Tom Gillespie for being on my card. It was a great honor having my Olympic teammates here with me.
Well, it was a great honor for all of us being here with you, too.
Thank you.
Back to you, Hoagie. Where you at? Down there, back to you.
I'm still here, Spider, and again, I just want to echo what everybody has been saying, and especially what Billy Irwin said at the end. What a tremendous card of boxing we had tonight. Starting with the Greg Johnson unanimous decision over Derek Coleman, a great win for the kid from Kitchener. We moved along and saw Dale Brown's coming out party on national television here on TSN. He is now 6-0 with 5 knockouts. He proved he could go the distance with a very convincing win over Daryl Banks. And then we moved along and saw Kirk Johnson with the big bomb of the night. His fight lasted all of 1 minute and 49 seconds, sending Arthur Bayless. The breeze was blown out in the first round of this fight. Kirk Johnson absolutely tremendous. We saw Tom Glesby, the Canadian heavyweight champion, start out slowly but come up strong with a win over Jim Huffman. And then finally, Billy the Kid Irwin, and indeed the kid was all right tonight. Billy Irwin, a unanimous decision in his fight tonight against the Argentinian assassin. What a great night of boxing here. What a great night for Canadian professionals. Let's wrap things up here from ringside, and back to you, Vic Rounder.
Mike Hogan, thank you very much indeed. 5 fights, 5 Canadian wins, and now Billy the Kid Irwin, does he have that potential World Championship fight? Well, that's still to be negotiated. We hope you've enjoyed it, both here and around the world. Now, on behalf of Mike Hogan and Spider Jones, I'm Vic Crowder. Thanks for joining us here on Fight Fest 6 from the International Plaza in Toronto. Fight Fest 6 on TSN has been brought to you in part by U.S. Traffic, International Transportation. By Ray Bestis, the best in brakes. Brakes you've been depending on since 1902. And by Molson Canadian.